Freedom starts with perspective. You see, sin doesn't chain your hands, it blinds your minds. So we can see this in the life of Adam and Eve. When they was in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. When they ate of it, their minds were blinded and fear came into their lives and they ran from God. They hid themselves from the presence of the Lord. Now, what we need to understand is that freedom comes from the presence of God, not from running from it. So if you are in a place and your mind is bound because you sinned, don't run from the presence of God, run into the presence of God. Now think about this. What if Adam and Eve ran to the presence of God instead of running away from him? What would have happened to Adam and Eve? They would have come before God, they would have received mercy, grace, forgiveness, they would have received mercy and they would have been accepted back to God because they ran to him because they sinned. But what the enemy wants us to do is to run from God when we sin. He wants us to hide from the presence of God when we sin. Why? Because the enemy knows that the presence of God will shatter sin in your life. It will shatter the bondage of darkness and the blindness that's blinded our minds. This is what the Bible speaks about in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3 and 4. It says, "For the God of this world has blinded the minds of them that believe not." Right? Unless the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who's in the image of God, shall be shone unto them. So sin brings darkness, but Christ brings light. So whenever you're in your life and you've sinned and you're moving in darkness, it's time to turn and run into the light of Christ so that those bondages can be snapped and broken from off of your life. So you'll find that the situations you're in, the darkness you're in, is because you're not running into the presence of God. You are running from the presence of God. So let's change the mindset. You got your minds twisted, run to the presence of God and you will receive forgiveness, grace, power and refreshment in the spirit.